I think everyone had this moment when they feel like they're stuck and they actually don't know what to do about it. This is exactly what I feel with this book for the last couple of months. I bought it on Etsy and the illustrations there are just beautiful. They're based on classical arts with this slight taste of sci-fi movies. And though I like the idea of me coloring in this book and creating these stunning pages, the only thing I've managed to do is create this whip. I used pencils for this piece, and while I still kind of like the result, I'm not really fond of the process. And the truth is, when you don't like the process, chances are you will never be able to finish it. So today we are gonna do something I've never done before, and it will be time-sensitive challenge. 3 hours with watercolors and 2 hours with acrylic paints. And after this, I will call it a day and the illustration will be considered finished. If you watched some of my previous videos, you know how obsessive I am over the details and how much time I'm usually spent on my illustrations. I spent 10 days on this piece and I recorded every step of the process, and it was like 30 hours just video footage. So yeah, for me, it's really gonna be a challenge of letting go, and also I don't want to touch these illustrations with any pencils at any point, but we'll see how it will go. So I choose this illustration for my challenge. It's not too complicated, doesn't have a lot of details, and the color palette is relatively simple. I will use the reference from the artist who did this illustration, and also I'm not gonna use this side of the page. All this book is double-sided. So on opposite side we have version with more gray lines. I think that for watercolors it will be better to use this side. So I will also use this clock, 10 rounds for 30 minutes with 5 and 15 minutes break. I will separate it in 2 days. And as for the supplies, I will use my 12 color set of white knights. First 6 rounds, it will be only this. And for the last 4 rounds, it will be my 5 color set of Winsor & Newton acrylics. So let's go. Okay, I think I have a change of heart. 6 rounds with watercolors may be too much for me, considering the fact that I'm not very good with this media yet. So I might change 6 rounds of watercolors for 4 rounds and 4 rounds of acrylic for 6 rounds. Also, I went too dark on some places too soon. Maybe I will just embrace the darkness And then I will fix it with acrylics later. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about anything on this piece, but this is a process of learning. So yeah, I will just go ahead. So it's 8:54 of the next day. And yesterday I was pretty hyped up about this piece. I was actually having a lot of fun. And also I reconsidered my decision because I thought that I have nothing more to do with watercolors on this page, but I just started to experience watercolors in a very different way and start to see how I can actually improve what I'm seeing on the page with watercolors instead of always thinking about how I can switch to acrylics faster. Oh, this will be better done with acrylics. No, I just started to really embrace the watercolors just the way they are. And yeah, I think I can really learn a lot about this media if I'll just stick to it. So I'm going to erase my previous decision. Electric eraser is one of the most helpful tools in my creative process. I will stick to the plan of doing 6 rounds of watercolors and 4 rounds of acrylics. I still think that I can do snow effect better with acrylics, but at this point I'm like really open to exploration, and I'm really open to maybe change my mind and experience something new. All right, this is the end of my 3rd round, and I really think that I overworked this area, though I very like how this tree turns out because Yeah, it's look like it's blooming with very pretty pinkish and purple flowers, but yeah, it's a winter scene, so it's not very, you know. So I think I will have to rework there a bit. I don't actually know how to tackle this, but I will have to figure out eventually. Also, I think that this area looks a bit underworked, and also I still don't like the sky and the overall feeling of this scene. It's like it's evening, but on the original picture it's like morning or midday. So I don't know how to fix it. I think I went too cold on some areas and that is why it looks so. I like the shuffle, by the way. I think it look really cute. So yeah, I think that for the next half an hour, I will work here and there. Here is supposed to be a house, but you can't actually see anything. So I will have to think about what I want to do there as well. Yeah, here, here, and here. Okay, this is what I have after 2 hours working with watercolors. There is some areas where I'm still not very happy with what I see, but at this point, I think that I will kind of let it go. I want to work with the snow, for example, and with this area, and maybe even with the sky with acrylics. These places are already filled with colors, and I don't want to make them darker. And I tried here a little bit to go lighter with watercolors, and it didn't work as good as I hoped it would. So this was 4 rounds of watercolors, and now I have 2 more rounds, and I don't actually know what I'm gonna do with this time, because as I already said, everywhere where I wanted to go darker I already did. I think that I will take 1 more watercolor rounds, just move around, see what I can do, and after it's done I will move to acrylics. So I will have actually equal split between the watercolors and acrylics. I can't wait to grab acrylics actually. I'm just so super excited about the final result. I want to see it so much. Alright, so this is how my work look after 5 rounds. And now I want to skip this last round for watercolors and proceed straight to acrylics. So this round will be acrylic round. I prepared my wet palette, and now I will just fill this palette with my acrylics, mix some premixes. I think that first like 10, maybe 15 minutes will be spent on this, and then I will go straight to working on the weakest zone. So I will start to work on this area, and maybe if I have some spare time, I will work on this area as well. Just adding these bright white highlights. Well, I did some work with acrylics, and yeah, I definitely felt like fish out of water with watercolors. And now I know how I want it to look like, and most importantly, I know how to achieve this result. Like with just a few brush strokes, I've been able to create what my vision was for the snow here. I know that it looks a bit messy now, but I just want it to dry completely, and then I will maybe work a bit more on this area, but later. Now my focus point will be the sky, and I will do completely different technique for the sky. I don't want to try and mess the colors on the paper itself. Instead, I will be doing dry brushing for the sky with this round brush. I hope that it will work as I intended to work, but I'm really not sure, and the chances are that I will just ruin the sky. It's not very good anyway, so I won't be like devastated, but still it will take me time to fix it if I ruin it. But I'm really want to try. So I have 1 hour left, 2 rounds, and I think that the picture is almost done. I really like the sky. I love the fact that I was able to do the dry brushing right here. And yeah, there is still a bit of watercolor dirt on it, but it's like miles better than what it was previously. So now I need to fix TARDIS a bit because I messed up with the architecture here because this line is not straight. When you're trying to make a straight line and your hand is resting on the paper or on your table, near the end of the line, you will have the tendency to like warp it a little bit. So you will go, in my case, a bit right because I'm using right hand to draw. So yeah, it will be like this. And it's not great because you should really think about your lines, about the straightness of lines. So in order to make your lines like really straight, you have to use your shoulder instead of your wrist to draw like very fast and intentionally. And it's take practice. But that's basically it. So I really don't have a lot of stuff to fix right now. I like the result. Yeah, at some places the brush strokes are a bit rough and there is not enough blending, especially on the snow. I tried, but yeah, it's still not very good. But I think that for this overall style, it's kind of suit because yeah, it's Monet, and this very rough and emotional style is like okay for this artist. And also now I have like this whole experience of trying to replicate his work, and you know what, it actually taught me like a lot. Yeah, I finally got some beautiful light here to show you my finished work. Really like the result. I enjoyed the process so much. I didn't think that I would actually because of the watercolors, but I learned a lot. So was genuinely great adventure, and I'm like really looking forward to working this book now. So I think I will finish my previous sweep and just move on and have fun because the pages here are great. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!